Hey, what's up, guys? So we're gonna get into a pile selection, and this is just gonna be on like what you need to know, and things that are gonna be coming around soon for you. Okay, that's within your energy at this time. We have 3 different pile selections to choose from, starting from the left to the right. 1, the universe has a plan for me. 2, I know my soul is truly beautiful. And 3, angels are all around you, energizing your soul. Did I say 2? Sorry, 3. And I will see you in your pile. All right, getting into pile number 1. First and foremost, you guys might be having a day soon coming up, or there could be like a week coming up to like where you guys are just basically like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, basically like you guys are going to be like, you know what, whatever. There could be people who are yelling at you, there could be drama all the way around, whatever, for pile number 1s. But I feel like you really are just going to be like, what the fuck ever. I don't know why I'm getting that vibe really strongly from pile number 1, where you're just going to be like, all right, you feel this way, cool. Like that kind of energy. But a lot of like, I keep hearing gritando, so like yelling, okay? So let's get into your first main oracle cards. First, we got a bunch of different message cards to get through. And we're going to get to that portion first before we get to the tarot, okay? But let's begin with your oracle cards. Put this over to the side. So you have the universe has a plan for me. Immediately once this comes up, if you guys have a Christian background, then you know Jeremiah 29:11. You know, God knows has plans for me to prosper, you know, not to harm me, things of that nature. Of course, it's not the exact verse, but it's very much of a basis, all right? But I truly believe that because I'm Christian-based, you know. But the universe has a plan for me. So, you know, God has a plan for me, for those of you guys who believe that as well, okay? Surrender to the spirit energy. Some of you guys are literally going to be like, there's nothing more that I can do. There is nothing more that I can say. There's no much more energy I can put out. There's no more money I can push out. There's no more anything else that I can do. It's just basically whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen. Like that kind of energy is going to be coming towards you guys, all right, with surrender to the spirit energy. Now you're also getting your energy, your magic. So the meanwhile, while you are doing this and you're kind of like letting go and being like, letting go of the outcome, just being like, you know what? You know, like when people are newbie manifestors, they just really hyper-focus on like timing, and they hyper-focus on like man-made time. So they'll focus on like the man-made like due date and shit like that. You know what I mean? Even though it could be like a couple days after and then you'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily when man is saying that it's time for things, okay? So you are a woman, whatever the fuck, okay? You are energy, you are magic. So some of you guys have whatever you've been creating, it's about to come towards you really fucking strongly. And right when you literally thought that your energy wasn't being heard, whatever, no, this manifestation is going to be coming in pretty hardcore towards you, okay? Like, I mean, like a fucking tidal wave. That's what I'm feeling. It's not like little subliminals, you know, like little changes here or there, like maybe how some of you guys are used to, like your manifestation taking place. And I'm feeling like it's because you accumulated more energy. There's things that you've gone through, you've accumulated more strength, so you have the ability to manifest faster to yourself, all right? And stronger to yourself, like with more resistance towards any obstacles that may try to block that blessing to come towards you. I don't know why I'm really receiving that strongly, okay? But let's get right into your shifts card. Now, these are just main shifts that could be potentially happening for you guys. You guys received 4 main shift cards, but let's get the first one. Dear Stu, they will say yes. Do not worry or concentrate on negativity. Your approval odds are great. Love, Spirit. Some of you guys are like, dang, I don't know if I'm going to get approved for that card. I don't know if I'm going to get approved for that. I don't know what's going to be happening. I'm kind of freaking out about that. Some of you guys are going to be getting that approval that you've been waiting for, okay? Dear Stu, although you are pregnant and the father isn't present, it doesn't mean that you are alone. You will be blessed with everything and more that you need. Trust, have faith, and believe that God truly does see. Love, Spirit. And for some of you guys are like, no, I'm on this baby that's alone. Listen, the government is a big-ass daddy, all right? It is. Unfortunately, do you want to live off of it? No, but it is a big-ass daddy. It's not a daddy. It's more like an uncle. It's like an Uncle Sam. Like, oh, shit, you're fucked. You know, you got to deal with this. You know, we might house you, but only for a little while. It's not like a dad. It's like an uncle. That's why we call Uncle Sam, not Daddy Sam, right? But anyway, so with this energy, all right, some of you guys are really, really scared about being pregnant at this time or something like that, especially if you don't like have health insurance and stuff like that, really look into your resources that are available to you. I'm in the States. I know that some people who are in the UK and in Asia are going through this, you know what I mean, like certain things. So look at your local resources, okay? And if you want to reach out to me and where I can try to help you, you know what I mean, try to navigate or find resource for that, you know, I can try to help you, you know, as much as I can. But of course, I'm not a legal aid or anything of that nature. All of my readings are for entertainment purposes only. It would just be like a research page that I found that I would send over to you that you can do your personal research on and make those accurate decisions for yourself, okay? But I really like helping people as far as when it comes to that, okay? Genuinely, I do. Now, as far as blowing me up on emails and shit when there is no payment involved in a reading, yes, I get upset. Okay, yes, I do. And I feel like you would get upset if somebody kept asking you to do something that you do for a living but don't get paid for it. You know what I mean? Dearest you, the third party will try to confront you by calling you. They will try to get under your skin. Don't give them the satisfaction, love spirit. So there's somebody who kind of wants to rally, and you could be feeling their energy wavelength, especially if you don't really let bitches get to you like that. But there's something that they may say or do or something like that may trigger you in a way to like where you're like, well, what the fuck did she mean by that? This happened to me. This happened to me recently, obviously, but at the same time before, like maybe it hasn't been maybe like 5 years since I felt that way, and it was because a woman at work asked me if I was autistic because I was reading the script perfectly. So she said, hey, are you autistic? My brother's autistic. Apparently, you know, I thought she was just trying to start small conversation, but I'm a thinker. So that shit stays in my mind, and I'll think about that shit for days, weeks, months, and then my little detective brain will go, well, wait a minute, what do you mean by that? That's how my mind works. Wait, you said this, then, and then. You know how some people, they will remember what the narcissist said and shit like that? No, I'm coming back with receipts. I'm coming back with fucking screenshots. I'm coming back with highlighted fucking bank statements. Try me. All right. The next one you have is, dearest you, you'll make 3 times as much as you currently make now. You will have more money soon. Some of you guys could also be receiving, like, maybe you literally thought that you were done for, okay? As you guys know, if you followed me like on my community page, stuff like that, literally I was like, dude, there's like no business, stuff like that, and then all of a sudden, that's how it just happens in business, like where people will all of a sudden pop off, and it'll be crazy because it'll be like one singular day where like all people that I contacted like weeks before will contact me on that exact same day. I'm like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm grateful, but at the same time, it's like, damn, you know? So some of you guys, whatever blockage that's happening for you, obviously that's not happening now for me. We're in a slow season, you know. As you guys know, my community page, I'm very open, very transparent with you guys on here. Whatever I'm going through, if I'm sad, I'm depressed, or anything like that, you guys know what I'm going through, so that you know what energy like would be going into your reading. And I don't do like readings if I'm like fucking irate. Okay, if I'm irate, I have to take a second, cool down, relax, you know what I mean? Or I'll just reschedule my readings for the next day, which I'm sure you would prefer, you know what I mean? But I have to really pay attention to my energy, especially when it comes to like readings and shit. But with this energy coming forth, you guys, like, this re-amplifies to what I was feeling before, okay? That whatever you were waiting on, whatever you were manifesting to yourself, that's pretty big, whether it's like house, car, whatever you're trying to, or relationship, or mending of your marriage, or stopping your divorce, or maybe getting your divorce, or, you know, whatever it may be, okay? Hopefully not. I don't want people to be divorced, but at the same time, it's a thing that happens, you know, and it's sad. It is sad, a thing, you know, but at the same time, it's not as sad as being stuck in a detriment situation, okay? But anyway, some of you guys will be going through that as well. But let's get into your love messages. Speaking of love, let's get right into that. There could also be a third party that wants to start shit. You have your skin boil, whatever, trying to say any and everything. You know, honestly, just projecting their own inner insecurities out. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna call somebody trash when you living in a trailer and they living in a house? What the fuck are you talking about? And then how are you going to call somebody a slut when you're the one sleeping around and pushing that person over to the side? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know this like, it's, but bitches try. They try everything. They try their hardest. Okay? Their hardest. That's some shit. All right? And you just kind of have to deal with it along the way, or not deal with it. All right? Now, the next one that you're getting is, Dearest You, I have put you through emotional, mental, and I have put you through enough emotional, mental, and spiritual pain. The third party is going to be gone out of my life forever soon. She knows that I'm in love with you, that she just does not even compare to you. I want everyone to know that we are together, even her. I hate seeing you in pain every time I have to choose her over you. How much time we have spent together and how deeply I yearn for you daily cannot compare to anything that she does for me. I want you and no one else. I want to prove that to you, and I will very soon. Love, Yours. So some of you guys are like, listen, this is real cute that they keep saying they're going to leave, you know, this person or their ex. They'll block them eventually, or we'll do this nicely or whatever. They're trying to be cordial about it. And you guys might be like, listen, nah. I'm going to give you about 24 hours to fix this situation. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. To where you're going to be like, listen, you got 24 hours to make this bitch stop calling you. You know, like that kind of vibe. Some of you guys are going to really have to put your foot down in that way. And unfortunately, sometimes that means you have to be a bitch. And that sucks because, of course, you want to prefer to be nice and you want to be loving and caring and shit like that. But sometimes you get annoyed every time the dog pees on your leg. You know what I mean? Dearest You, I keep rereading when we last disconnected in the chat/messages. Where did I go wrong? Did I even say anything truly wrong? Sometimes I feel like you are too sensitive and take things too deeply to heart. I am a very sensitive person. Yet I know inside of myself that my actions, responses, and lack of action has brought us to this period of no communication. I wish you could just get over it. I say that to myself, but I know this is something that I'm sorry, just can't fix. I hope we speak again. Love, Yours. There's also something coming forth. So some of you guys are like, listen, I don't give a fuck what this other person's going through or whatever situation, what they crying about, na. Hey, okay, I don't give a fuck. All right, kind of vibe. All right. Now, on top of that, there could be somebody who's like, listen, I'll make this work. I'll change that. Like, they won't message anymore. And you're going to have to really try to trust this person in some regard. Dearest You, I have fallen short in regards to my commitment to you. I told you I would always be there, that I would never leave you high and dry. Yet my words fell short, my promises have been broken, and the guilt won't let me sleep. Knowing that you called out for me just for me to leave you even more broken than when I found you, I'm going to apologize in a big way. I cannot take the remorse of how I treated you that day. So this could go to two different ways. So let's just say, like, your person ends up blowing off this other person for you, but then they end up having some kind of remorse because of how they felt committed to this other person, or their kind of allegiance to this other person, so they end up wanting to, like, you know, care for them in a way. So then they end up doing that, but then end up kind of regretting that decision, then coming back towards you is also what I'm getting. But it's up to you to be like yay or nay, okay? Now the next one that you're getting is Clairsentience. The ability to receive information through a feeling in the physical body. This gift enables the individual to experience a sensation other person's experiencing. Setting boundaries and grounding is a great way to stay in your space and avoid taking on another person's sensory experience. So let's just say you feel that this person could be like, oh yeah, I'm over this person or whatever, but literally in your system, in your feel, you know, it, like inside you're like, yeah, no. Yeah, there's no way. I'm just going to go to bed. Like, I'm just, leave me alone. Like at that point. Okay, now the next one that you're receiving is physical touch. Now this person's going to try to make up for it with like physical touch. That's the way that they demonstrate like their emotions and shit. They feel loved when they receive physical signs of affection, including kissing, holding hands, cuddling, especially on the couch, and sex. Physical intimacy and touch can be incredibly affirming and serve as a powerful emotional connector. The roots go back to their childhood. Some people only felt deep affection and love by their parents when they were held, kissed, or touched. People who communicate their appreciation through this language when they consent to it, okay, feel appreciated when they are hugged, kissed, or cuddled. They value the feeling of warmth and comfort that comes with physical touch. Hug, kiss, hold hands, and cuddle. Show affection often. Make intimacy a thoughtful priority. So this is the person who kind of like grew up a little bit, like to where maybe they didn't have many words of affirmation, but maybe their father or their mother gave them like physical reassurances. So like when they end up having like a heartbreak or something like that, they just would give them a hug, or they'd pat them on the shoulder or rub their back, or like, you know, stuff like that. All right. And before you guys are like, oh, that's so weird, they didn't give them the physical attention. What do we do with dogs? Okay. So let's just start there. All right. So let's get into the tarot cards. But overall, I feel like this person and you may end up having some really like intense makeup sex, or this person's going to want to try to like show like their feelings for you more like during sex as well with physical touch. But let's get right into the tarot. All right, getting into the first card, you have the Queen of Cups in the reversal, smothering, disloyal, shallow, and manipulative. And remember I told you, it's like maybe if this isn't your energy, it could be somebody. Every sign has an aspect of a shadow aspect. Every single sign is going to have a different negative point of view of that sign and their abilities to do that. Every single sign, okay? So, like, whether it's Queen of Cups, Swords, a Wands, or even Pentacle, they all have a reverse side, okay? So, with Queen of Cups energy, this is really strongly associated with possibly somebody who's really jealous, okay? And is trying to be very manipulative towards you and your connection or things of that nature. This person's going to become very open and vocal about these things with the Four of Pentacles in the reversal. All right? I feel like this person's been holding back for quite some time, possibly 4 months in particular. Page of Wands, adventure, cheerfulness, fearfulness, extroverted, fresh. But this is funny because they only want this other person back because they feel like this person is completely different. But they're not realizing that this person's energy is just displayed differently because of how it's like kind of reflecting off of your energy. All right, so if you were to take your mirror, like your energy, just let's picture it's a mirror and that person's the sun, they won't have anything to really reflect back off of there. Every bit of their energy is going to be absorbed. The only thing that reflects energy back to the sun would be a mirror, right? But anyway, so the next one that you have is the Queen of Swords in the upright. Shit, somebody came for the wrong one. Oh, Lord. Shit. So, Queen of Swords energy, there could be somebody who's ready for this, ready to like really set somebody in place, and that could be you. Okay, this could be dealing with a third party situation, and maybe you might not be aware of it because this person has like an alternative plan to get back towards you. This could deal with like cyberbullying. And, you know, those are my favorite fuckers to deal with. Cyberbullies are my favorite people to deal with because I can humiliate them in like 3.5 seconds, and I love it. You guys know I do it. I do it on live stream. I'll do it on fucking TikTok. I'll do it. Okay? I'll fucking humiliate somebody in a minute. Okay? Especially if it's called for. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody's like unnecessarily bullying or saying like weird shit like online and stuff like that, I'll just go ham at them, you know? But with the Queen of Cups energy coming forth, and then underneath you have the Strength card. You guys have to remember I'm a Scorpio rising, so like I'm just as annoying as the person that is trying to fuck with me, you know what I mean? Strength card, inner strength, control, confidence, courage, bravery, okay? This person was manipulating the other person that you were with. This is definitely a third party situation, okay? Because they were only, like, let's just say if they broke up with this person, they only broke up with that person in order to keep them in check, keep them in line, make them kind of like force them to do what they weren't willingly wanting to do, okay? So this is why this person's mainly hurt a lot. Underneath that, you could get this person to do things without having to say like, oh yeah, we're done. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that energy too. With the Nine of Swords in the reversal, this person, damn, you're going to deal with a bitch breaking down on the phone, most likely, or in person, with opening up, self-pity, malicious gossip, breakdown, scandal. And this could have been somebody who has been broken up with that person for fucking months. All of a sudden, like, randomly coming at you. It's coming out in the cards. It really is. It's coming out in the fucking cards, okay? Now, the next one that you're getting is the Page of Wands energy in the reversal. Now, they're going to try to make it seem... All right, so this is what they're going to do is they're going to try to get this person back with sex. So they're going to try to, like, sex them randomly. They're also going to, on purpose, call them at certain times where they know that they would be home or, like, kind of around you is also something coming forth. So they're doing that to get under your skin. All right, this person's in a lot of, like, self-loathing energy. This person probably physically smells, okay, is what I'm getting. Like, this person actually physically smells, probably because they don't shower frequently. I don't know, I'm getting this energy a lot. It's almost like the person's like right in front of me and I'm like smelling them. So it's like with the Queen of Swords energy coming forth, you have the Hermit card, and I'm big on smells, so anything that doesn't really like smell good or anything like that, I don't like it. So like I'll automatically be like, let's Swiffer, let's sweep, let's do this, let's do that. You know what I mean? If I don't like the way something smells. But with the Hermit card, and I'll go ham. I went ham, like, for our freaking maid using vinegar. She don't use vinegar no more. Okay? And some of you guys are like, vinegar's such a great thing to clean with. Vinegar stinks. Okay? It stinks and it lingers and it's nasty after a while. Okay? So you don't want that to linger. Unless you cooking food, that's the only time I want to smell vinegar. If you ain't cooking food, I don't want to smell vinegar. Okay? But with the Four of Wands energy coming forth, like, I'm Spanish, like, fabuloso, instantaneously. It's all purpose, too. You can clean it for a whole bunch of different shit, okay? It's not just floors. That's what people get misunderstood about. My grandma used to put that shit in a multi-purpose bottle with some water, and then she'd also use that with the floor. Fabuloso of the house. The fuck? Anyway, so underneath the Four of Wands, my grandma's Puerto Rican, okay? So, on my mom's side. So with the Nine of Wands coming forth, okay? In the upright, this person is going to automatically go into a recluse mode once you start popping off on this other person, okay? They didn't realize that you bite back, okay? They didn't realize that you, like I'm getting this energy very strongly because you're getting guarded, challenges, persistence, fatigue, resilience, stamina. That means that, let's just say if you were in a fight and somebody keeps fighting you, that you end up getting stamina off of their punches. So that means, like, naturally, like, this is the thing about empaths. People like to fuck with empaths, but, like, empaths, like, they're natural. They can surge off of your energy. So, like, if they want to. But most of the time, they're trying to help you, like, unwillingly. So, like, they'll end up taking on the shit that you don't want to take on, and then they'll deal with it. They'll ride with it. So, you know what I mean? But in this case... I wish I had, like, an anime to show you or something. I'm sure there's, like, an anime for it. But, like, imagine, like, punching somebody and then you absorbing that. I know there's a fucking anime for it. SpongeBob is like that. He is, though. Like, he was so afraid of getting beat up and shit like that. If you notice, actually, SpongeBob is a very big empath. He's a very big empath. And he's actually, in a way to, like, where he'll pick up on how other people are feeling. He wants to make other people feel better. Like, you know what I mean? And SpongeBob, when you hit him, he bounces literally right back. Like, he's a fucking sponge. Okay? So, and kind of like SpongeBob. Okay? In that aspect. All right. But obviously, maybe a little bit more tougher than SpongeBob. But with the Nine of Wands underneath the Four of Wands, this is about basically, like, protecting your home life, protecting your relationship, protecting your connection. That is what that is symbolic towards. So this is about things that you don't necessarily, you're not aware of or know about. Maybe you are aware of this kind of like that, but you just don't know how it's going to, like, play out, how this person's going to, like, take it, or if you even should pop off. You know what I mean? If it's even worth popping off. But I feel like this person is being too much of a, like, a fuck... Like, I'm trying to tell you, with the Queen of, not Swords, the Queen of Cups energy in the reversal, this person's very manipulative and was very disloyal and also smothered another person as well. It is immensely shallow, unnecessarily, because I feel like, damn, you know who's like this? I'm not going to say it. It's too deep, but there's somebody I know who's like this. She thinks she is fucking hot. She's a family member, let me tell you. Okay. I still don't know why she's a family member, because it was by choice, but it is what that is, okay? But either way, I feel like this person's unnecessarily shallow. Like, this person shouldn't be shallow. Like, I don't understand. Like, maybe this person isn't, like, I really feel like this person's fucking ugly. So, like, I feel like this person doesn't necessarily... Like, this person really likes their face, really likes themselves, okay? Like, in a way to, like, where it's very immensely unattractive. Even if they were attractive, they'd look, like, fucking unattractive for how much they look in the mirror. Like, I don't know, I'm getting that energy. But this person looks in the mirror a lot because of how insecure they actually are, okay? So, yeah. But anyway, I'm not trying to dog anybody out with that one, but I'm sorry. But I really do feel like this person's unnecessarily shallow, okay? Because when the Queen of Cups is in the upright, she's the most beautiful of the deck. She's radiating all this positive energy. She's great. When she's in the reversal, she's not giving a fuck how she looks like. She doesn't give a fuck. Like, she's letting herself go. She's all this stuff, okay? And it gets very emotional. Like, this is somebody who emotionally gains weight, you know what I mean? Or, like, emotionally takes on this, you know what I mean? But anyway, which that doesn't necessarily mean because she's overweight, she's not beautiful or whatever like that. That's not I have a cousin who's over 200 pounds, and she got cheekbones for days. You can't tell her shit. Okay? You can't tell her shit. And if you do, I mean, you're going to have to deal with me. But anyway, so with the 9 of Wands energy underneath the 4 of Wands, okay? And I'm annoying as fuck. You gonna wish that you could block me. Okay? So, like, you just go wish. You're probably like, well, what do you mean? Of course I can block you. Bitch, I have my ways. All right? I will create as many numbers as I have to create. I will create as many emails as I have to create. I will be relentless. Like, it's till my point is made. Like, but it takes a lot for me to get to that fucking point. Okay? And I feel like maybe it takes a lot for you guys to get to that point too. But I feel like this person has had a big sense of rejection. Okay? And it's really hard for them because this person may have made like a final judgment, but they're very indecisive about it. Okay? But that's what I'm getting for my pile number ones. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, if you do want a private reading with me, feel free to book with me. My bookings are available as long as the links are active. Whenever my booking is not available, they'll be deactivated, so you won't be able to book with me. So it's really easy, very simple. If you guys do want daily insight at a less expensive rate and stuff like that, feel free to check out my yearly pass. A lot of my clients have it. About 8 of my clients have it, and they really enjoy that. Okay. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, bye for now. All right, my pile number 2s. Welcome. So the card that you received, first and foremost, I forgot that it was upside down. All right, so I know my soul is truly beautiful is something coming forth in your oracle cards. Some of you guys are going to be reminded of how beautiful you feel, or how beautiful you actually are inside and out. Also, some of you guys are going to be feeling kind of like more enlightened, more at peace with yourself as well. Okay, with I know my soul is truly beautiful. This could also be a lot of people coming at you with like a lot of derogatory comments and things of that nature. And this could also be you wanting to like bypass it and remembering that like what they're saying is like doesn't really have any true basis. They only have it from their perspective. They only have it from their point of view. They only have it from that. I just feel like it doesn't really have any basis. But let's get into the other cards. Quiet your mind is also something coming forth. So literally, like sometimes when people are yelling at you, you can kind of like zone out. That was like a habit of mine as a child, to like where I was like yelled at very frequently, to the point where I was just looking at my parents and I would hear nothing. I would just be in a completely different world inside of my own headspace, right? But with quiet your mind, some of you guys might be that way, to like where you're in like a completely different headspace. Like your person's just like talking to you or whatever like that, but it's like whatever they're saying is maybe more excuses for their behavior or more excuses for whatever, and it's almost like you're just going to quiet your mind a little bit. Okay, now the next one you're getting is embrace change. Some of you guys are going to be changing pretty soon. Okay, and I feel like it's not just your outside. I feel like it's going to be kind of like your inside as well, to like where the way that you even love might be different, the way that you even date might be different, the way that you even like just everything that you're doing might be a little bit different with embrace change. All right, there's a new cycle opening up for you for this pile, for pile number 2s. But let's get into the main message cards. Okay, all right, getting into your message cards, you have shifts, and you guys have you received the most shift cards out of all of the piles. Okay, but let's get into the main shift cards to see what's going to be changing and shifting in your reality. Dear Stu, you'll receive an unexpected blessing from a distant relative. This could come as a form of an inheritance or a trust fund, love spirit, coming forth towards you. So some of you guys could get maybe some help from like a family member or a friend, or maybe just an unexpected kind of like gift, or like a little bit of a blessing. This could even be like, you know what, I do have an old trailer in my back that you could use and for what you need to do or get done. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. It's almost like somebody's going to have a connect to like what you have been having like a lot of like obstacles to face and stuff like that. So you're going to understand why you didn't get approved, or why that didn't work out, or why, certain things didn't take place. It's kind of like, and we'll get into the next one soon, but it's kind of like, never mind. I feel like you guys kind of get the gist of that. It's like something's going to be gifted to you. It's kind of like, applying for a car, and you keep applying for a car or whatever, but there's like this massive down payments or these massive blockages or delays, or you need a cosigner, or you need this, or you need that, or whatever, to the point where you're just like, well, I don't have enough to get it in cash, and I'm not trying to lock myself into something crazy with a loan, so I'll just kind of like bypass it or do what I got to do. Some of you guys are going to end up making a link or connect with somebody who has the ability to kind of like give you that, and it could be through a family member for some of you. Dear Stu, you'll meet someone new this week. You will have a new sexual partner. You are finally over them. Congratulations, love spirit. Some of you guys are finally like moving on from somebody that you had a really long, like it took you a long time to like get over. Okay. And I do feel like a part of you is going to really feel like you need to celebrate in some way or do something fun. All right. Especially with you are finally over them. Congratulations. It's like kind of like you never thought that you would end up like removing that spiritual soul tie or that bond with that person who kept like mistreating you or whatever, and it's like you're finally going to be able to do that in a way where there's a strong foundation of strength, okay, to like where you're really standing on business. It's not just like, well, yeah, we're not talking, but you can kind of reach out to me this way and da-da-da-da. It's like, no, we're not talking at all, like that kind of energy. Dear Stu, be careful with the home you choose online. It looks nothing like the pictures. You were catfished. Love spirit. So this is also something, this could even be for like a new apartment that you apply for, or a new hotel that you kind of like go to for a vacation or whatever. Okay. Dear Stu, they will soon be moving back home. They do not like where they're at now. Just wait. They will show up when you least expect it. Love spirit. So some of you guys are expecting, it's almost like you're expecting this person to kind of like give up on you and not really try or something like that. It's like, no, this person made like a major move in order to get back towards you, is what I'm getting as well. And I'm also feeling really strongly like when you literally least expect it, maybe you're like on the brink of moving on, or like on the brink of really starting something really new with someone or something like that, and it's almost like it amplified this other person's energy, but unintentional. Maybe they didn't even know about this other person really. Maybe you never really posted about them or anything like that. There would be no way for them to really know about this person, but for some reason this person's energy is just naturally gravitating towards you, okay, for some of you guys. Now you're also getting, dear Stu, a significant person in your life will try to reach out to apologize. They will try to justify their actions. They are genuine, love spirit. And we're in the beginning of this, I was talking about like excuses and shit, and how they're gonna make excuses for the stuff that they did, and so like this confirmation of that, okay. So the apology could have like a lot of excuses, but at the same time, I like hearing people's excuses. I like hearing their reasons why. I like hearing why that they made that choice. You know what I mean? I like hearing that. It doesn't take away from the fact that they did what they did. You know what I mean? But I like hearing that. Dear Stu, you will soon be surprised to see your credit increase. A few old debts have fallen off your report. You are now in better standing, love spirit. So maybe that's why you end up kind of like getting gifted with something. Maybe you end up going to the dealership. Let's just say you're getting for a car. Maybe you end up going to like the dealership expecting like you're going to need a cosigner, or it's like going to be a really high interest rate or something like that. And it ends up actually working out in your favor. So like where maybe you end up noticing that your credit is actually higher than the credit that you've been seeing. And that happens a lot. Most people don't have an accurate pool of their credit, even if you use the Credit Karma and all that shit. Like, it just depends on what you're getting, like who is going to be going to where, like Experian, TransUnion. I don't know if they have that in like Asia or India. I think it's a US thing, and some other places they rely on credit. But for those of you guys who are in a country that relies on credit majority of the time, stuff like that, some of you guys are going to be in a better standing soon as well, okay? Now you're getting a couple more. Dear Stu, your marketing plan worked. Praise and recognition coming in from higher ups. Love, serious. Some of you guys have been putting in work towards marketing, okay? It doesn't matter who's seeing like you market or like anything like that, but you're putting in that work, and that energy is being received. You might even try to amplify it with a manifestation because you felt like your work was just not enough. So you were just like, I kind of need some guidance. I need some advice. I need some help. I need whatever, okay? But it's like you didn't even need to do that. Like what you were asking for was already asking for you. Like very deeply I feel this way, okay? Some of you guys, this could actually be a physical person that you asked for who also asked for you. And it's going to confuse somebody. I don't know why I'm getting that energy. It's almost like you guys asked for each other but don't know that you're both here. I don't know why I'm getting that. Dear Stu, visualize what you desire from your partner by giving it to yourself. Do not accept the love that gives you less than you give yourself. Love spirit, okay? Which is easier said than done. A lot of people are like, yeah, let's bypass that, self-love, whatever. But seriously, a lot of people, they'll utilize their like rose quartz and shit like that to quote unquote attract love, but really it just tunes into your frequency and amplifies your self-love, self-appreciation, self-care for yourself, and that ends up exuding out into your energy and attracting that person to you, who's most in alignment with that. Okay, dearest you will book/obtain a very important job. This will provide more income as well as stability. This will help truly solidify your career, love sphere. So this could even be like finally getting that call back, or finally obtaining that job offer, or if you are event based, this could even be like you getting an event, things like that. Okay, but let's get into your love message quotations. As I said, getting into events, stuff like that, I saw angel number 848 on my version of the timestamp. It's not going to show up on you guys on your version because I'm going to edit it and put it into iMovie, but 848 showed up on my timestamp. But let's get into your love messages, and that's significance for abundance and creating stability. It could be partnered or it could be singular. Dearest, or like family oriented or friends oriented, but it's definitely dealing with other people. Dearest you, I wish to homeschool our children. Would you be open to working from home or being a full-time stay-at-home mother? I want our children to have attentive parents who are always there for them. I do not want to subject them to bullying and one way of living and learning. I want them to experience freedom and new inventive ways of learning effectively. I want our family to be our number one priority. Don't you agree? Love, yours. Some of you guys, there's somebody who's really wanting to like become serious with you to the point where you're like, damn, okay, I'm like on hyperdrive. I don't know, I'm getting that vibe too. Dearest you, I don't think you see how beautiful you are so effortlessly. Your hair naturally forms a beautiful shape. You wear little to no makeup and smell so divine, again, all naturally. I want to trace your whole body with my tongue. I want to procreate with you and have children who look so much like you. I want to be their father or mother and always be there for every game, every lesson, and I even want to volunteer at their field trips together. Let's make a family is also something coming forth. So again, family, a lot of family oriented energy. This could even be like finding out soon that you're welcoming a new member. But of course, all my readings are for entertainment purposes only. By no means am I granting you medical, legal, or professional advice at any time. Take what resonates, leave the rest out. Okay, say that because there's bitches out here who are crazy. All right. Lapis lazuli, stimulate your third eye and throat chakras with this high vibrational protective stone. Ideal for working to increase clear communication. Lapis lazuli is excellent for discerning truths and dispelling negative energy. Okay, so lapis lazuli is a really natural amplifier. Okay, I like to compare it to amethyst, even though it does different things than amethyst, but it has a tendency to amplify. Let's just say if you have strong Mercury in your chart, you'll end up channeling things really naturally just by like speaking to people. Okay, it'll amplify that aspect within your chart potentially. Okay, so it amplifies the aspect you already have. It doesn't grant you something you don't have. Okay, that's one thing that people are confused about. Like whenever you're manifesting with like citrine or like any prosperity stones or anything like that, and you're trying to manifest prosperity, you're only going to get what you're destined for. Okay, that doesn't mean limit yourself to a box of what you've already had to experience. Okay, anyway, so let's get into the next one you have. Dearest you, I want a nice drink and a nice dinner with you. I want the next day off and to spend my day with you, watching old movies and going out for walks together. I want to relax. I do not want to stress about family, career, money, or even our worries. I want to kick back and relax with you. You are like paradise to me. Nothing compares to spending the day making love and cookies with you. Let's dance to our favorite music together as we both cook. I need and want this time with you. You make my life and home feel so whole. It's only when I spend time with you alone that I realize how much I've actually missed you and missed this. Love, yours is also something coming forth. Okay, now I also feel like maybe there's somebody who you've maybe had some time apart from that you're going to end up like colliding with or something for pile number 2, to like where you end up kind of missing them again or understanding why you even like them in the first place. Like, I don't know, I'm getting that. Dearest you, I do not know who or what I want in life. I do not want a relationship. I want relationship qualities, but with no responsibility to be held accountable for my actions towards you. I do use you as an outlet of comfort, yet I'm not willing to invest in this connection. You are good enough. I am not. It truly is not you. It is me. So even though this person is going to be putting in a lot of like work towards spending time with you, quality time, it's just a day. You know, this is a description of a moment within a day. Okay? So it's not necessarily like a year's worth of feelings for them. Okay? But the next one here also shows you that this person doesn't really know what they want, But at the same time, they know they don't want to necessarily lose you as an option, but they're not really ready to be held accountable for like being loyal to you, faithful to you, truthful to you, you know, having to be there for you, you know, things that come with being in a relationship or a partnership, you know, or having to talk things out or be vulnerable. It's just not of interest to them at this time, okay, for pile number 2s. But let's get into, and there could be a reason for that. There could be a blockage for that. There could be somebody else. There could be not. There could be, but this is not what's included within this read, okay? But let's get into the tarot. Getting into the tarot here, the first card that you are receiving is the Justice card in the reversal. All right, so something maybe you are aware of, or maybe you're not, okay, is happening behind the scenes that is very unfair towards you, okay, with injustice, retribution, dishonesty, corruption, unfairness, okay. This could also be somebody utilizing the law like against you in a way, okay, with the Justice card energy in the reversal. Also seeing 1414 on the timestamp on my version of the timestamp. You guys aren't going to see that. I edit with iMovie. Okay, 1414, amongst other things, definitely look that up for some added insight, but with 1 vibrancy, that's new beginnings. 4 vibrancy, stability, connectivity, okay, and also reconnections, and maybe even generating a new beginning with somebody potentially. There was something that was very like unjust, not fair, that happened, okay, with the Justice card in the reversal. Libra and Scorpio energy could be significant. But with the 4 of Cups energy coming forth in the upright, this is about contemplation, boredom, disconnect, cold, indifference. This is also about somebody who was very unfair to you is now reaching out towards you. And it's like, what the fuck, okay? And you're getting the Star card. Oh, shit. Because of some grave unfairness that happened to you, you're going to be getting what you want and plenty more on top of that with the Star card energy coming forth. If you're an Aquarius, you know, your daddy Saturn is going to kind of level some shit out there, okay? Naturally, when people fuck over Aquarians, naturally they end up getting really intense karma just because of their ruling planet is Saturn and Uranus, okay? Now, the next one that you're getting is the Page of Swords. That's just known. This is not even just me. It's like a known fucking thing. Like, Aquarians don't even have to get their lick back. It just happens naturally. You know what I mean? And it's amplified even more if you have it, like if you have like a stellium. You know what I mean? Like, I have over 6 placements of Aquarius in my chart. You know what I mean? Anyway, with the Page of Swords energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Some of you guys could also have those in your chart. Libra and Aquarian stand out a lot throughout this read. It doesn't have to be. It could also be time frame potentially for some of you guys. It doesn't have to be. But this is a generalized collective reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest out. With the Hanged Man energy, so a lot of the time with generalized collective readings, it'll happen, but it'll happen at different timing frequencies for different people. Okay, that's why it's really important to get a personalized reading. But anyway, with the Hanged Man energy coming forth, stalling, egotism, standstill, apathy, avoiding sacrifices, okay, in the reversal. I'm only laughing because this person literally thinks that they can do absolutely fucking anything to you, all right? And then you'll just keep coming back for them, keep rejuvenating them, keep filling them up with hope. But this time you're going to have a really defensive stance, which is going to put somebody at a little bit of a standstill. It's almost like they've been watching you from a distance like a crazy person. Even though they don't want anything serious with you, they just kind of want to continuously just use you, which is fucked up. Okay, some of you guys also have been manifesting something really intently towards you, and it's coming at you at a magnitude due to a grave injustice. Some of you guys had to defend something like by yourself on your own, especially when you shouldn't have had to do that. It's almost like you had a parent or had somebody there who was meant to defend you and didn't, with the Page of Swords energy coming forth, okay? But let's get into your clarification cards. Underneath the Justice, you're receiving the Ten of Swords. So with the Ten of Swords energy, this could have been somebody who wanted to sever ties with you, or maybe you severed ties with people who were just very much unjust, okay? Underneath the Four of Cups energy in the upright, you have the Ace of Pentacles. The minute that you end up severing ties with that person, you end up getting, like, what you wanted, like your manifestation, what you really wanted. I'm not talking about, like, love. I'm talking about love is a natural frequency that's all around us, radiating everywhere. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's only when you feel a lack of self-love within yourself that you yearn for an outside element. You know what I mean? But anyway, so with the Ace of Pentacles energy, there's love in grass, but people don't really think about that. You know what I mean? Don't you feel love when you eat a salad that's really fresh and cold and like cut up nicely and like, you know what I mean? Don't you feel the love that's made throughout that? You know what I mean? Anyway, so like the earth is literally having sex all the time. Think about that. With the star card energy coming forth, all right, underneath you have the Six of Swords energy in the upright position. Some of you guys are going to get your wish granted, whether this is obtaining a new vehicle or moving or doing something a little bit different for yourself. Or maybe you wanted, I'm just feeling a lot of moving, transitioning. It's almost like you're going to go from like a cottage to like a high rise. I don't know. I'm getting that energy. Some of you guys need to see Your Luck's Life pick a card reading that I made last year, and it's in my moods playlist on my page. But let's get into the Page of Swords. Somebody from the past is going to want to keep you stuck when they see you moving on, or when you reach that brink of stardom, or reach that brink of like finally making it through, and that is going to look different for everybody. Okay, you can be a star and be like a lawyer. Okay, you could be a star lawyer, you could be a star police officer, you could be a star cashier, you could be a star, whatever. Okay, it's just we think of it as just celebrity, but everyone's a star. And you know who also said that is that girl. She actually has bipolar disorder. She's really cool, actually. Anime's mom. Oh, damn, what's her name? Fuck. She's from Meet the Browns, too. She's an excellent actress. Anyway, she was Tina Turner, for anybody who knows who Anime is. Okay, Tina Turner, all right? The live action with Angela Bassett, her mom, that plays her mom. Anyway, for some reason I'm getting that. She said that, okay? But underneath the Hangman energy in the upright position, you're getting the Empress. Pregnancy, motherhood, nurturing, fertility, and divine feminine. Oh, God. So remember how I told you guys you might have a little bit of maybe a little bit of a pregnancy scare, okay? A pregnancy could be evident, or maybe adding a new member to your home, or maybe there's somebody who's really thinking about wanting to create with you, like really intensely picturing you pregnant, picturing you like this person's very visual. And I talk about this whenever I utilize my Lightworker Oracle deck and Divine Masculine card comes out, I talk about this. Like whenever you... Anyway, so they have a really good tendency to like manifest, okay? Men have a really good tendency to manifest, or counter manifest is really strong frequency. Okay, it's just they do. Not saying that women don't, but I mean, men really do. They're also of value. You know what I mean? We have to, remember not to undervalue men while we're trying to uplift ourselves. So with the Empress card energy and the upright underneath the Hangman energy and the reversal, this person is like waiting for you to tell them that you're pregnant. This person tried to get you pregnant. Oh, they're sadly mistaken. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I got that energy. Well, I do know. The Empress is right there, and the Hangman is right there in the reversal, and it connected me to the storyline. And then also the Ace of Pentacles. This could also be about you finding out randomly that you're pregnant when it's a gift from God. Because children are abundance naturally. Okay, they're abundant naturally. This isn't about, you get a child, you get money all of a sudden. No, I'm talking about children are naturally abundant. Their minds are really intuitive, open to things, okay? There's a reason why a lot of the new shit targets, like, children a lot of the time, okay? It's very true, all right? And it's pretty obvious. Just take a look around, all right? Target's line, all right, that got them in the shitter, all right? It was directed towards children. It was a children's line. Okay? Balenciaga. Don't get me fucking started. Okay? Children. Pinpointed right to children. Abercrombie and motherfucking Fish. The nigga was just arrested. Okay? Was just arrested. For playing casting couch. If y'all know, if you watch porn, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? Casting couch. And he was doing that with all these random people and all this shit and all this, you know what I mean? Anyway, with the Empress card coming forth, all right, underneath the Hangman energy in the reversal, this is very much in association with somebody really hyper-focusing and thinking about you. And it's going to create massive movement in your life, transitional changes and frequencies, and it looks like it's going to have a nice bag to go along with it, with the Ace of Pentacles energy coming forth. But that's what I'm receiving for this pile. I hope that you guys enjoyed this pile. If you want a private reading with me, all that information to book with me is down below in the description box, all right? As long as my links are active, you are able to book with me. The minute that they don't become active and you're not able to purchase or do any of that, that's when I don't have any booking availability, okay? But I hope that you guys enjoyed that, and until next time, bye for now. Pile number 3, welcome. So let's get into it, okay? This is what you need to know, and it's what's coming up soon for you. Some things that you might not be aware of, some things that you are aware of, okay? And we're going to begin with the Oracle cards. Now, the main Oracle card that you're receiving is angels are all around you, energizing your soul. Some of you guys are natural channelers. Some of you guys might even be mediums, okay? To like where you can tap into the frequency and you can feel the energy around you, like your spiritual protectors, your guides, your angels, your ascended masters that are sent to help and protect you, okay? And I feel like you're going to receive a lot of like strong intuitive downloads as well for this pile in the moment, and they're going to come very fast to the point where you're probably going to have to slow down. But if you're like me and you begin channeling, it just ends up happening really, really fucking rapidly. It's like a really rapid conversation. It's like water flowing. And sometimes you have to be the faucet, okay? And you have to, well, I guess not the faucet, the handle on the faucet, to like where you can adjust. And you can be like, all right, let me slow it down. This is what I want to do. Same thing when you astral project. I want to go right back to my body. And you go right back to your body. You know, when I was younger, before I realized that, before I knew that, I would just, in my dreams, whenever I was trapped, I would just say, well, I believe God's name is Jehovah. So I would say Jehovah really loud. And then all of a sudden I'd snap right back into my body and I'd wake up. Okay. So that's also another indicator for those of you guys who have sleep paralysis and things of that nature. You need to re-amplify your faith. Okay. A little bit. All right. But let's get into the other cards. Radiate confidence is coming forth. All right. Some of you guys are also going to be radiating confidence because of what you know and what you found out and how you're going to be utilizing this knowledge. I'm literally getting it really strongly. Now you're also getting your energy is sacred. So a lot of you and you probably hear a lot of like spirituals say this, your spiritual path is a very lonely one. Like you don't really have that many friends, and whenever you do get friends, it's mainly like, anyway, so like your energy is sacred, okay? So you're not meant to connect with, maybe you're meant to connect with mass amounts of people, but it's only like a select people are meant to like know you or like understand your energy or understand who you are. It's not because, oh, you're so special, gotta put her in a fucking closet, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? But no, I'm talking about like your energy is really vital to like for your future, like for your kids' future, for your kids' future. Like you don't see it that way, but you're carrying a generational line within inside of you, whether you're male or female. But female tend to, you like my egg, like my particular egg was actually in my grandmother. You know what I mean? So you got to think about that, or my great grandmother, and it goes down the line. It's not a spiritual point of view. It's a scientific point of fucking view. Okay, your energy is sacred, and Kim Kardashian talks about it in her fucking show. Okay, do you know I was in the Great Gammon before you, and it's like this whole fucking thing. But anyway, you will not stand in the shadow of another. Okay, so this could also be kind of like, maybe you're just really sick of your person prioritizing somebody that they used to be involved with. Okay, and you might just get upset to the point where, this is my upset. My upset is I will cut all of my access off, okay, to you, which means you no longer feel my energy, you no longer touch my energy, you no longer hear my energy. I'm secluded. Everything's a recluse. I'm inclusive. Like everything's fucking isolated. Okay? Everything. It becomes very isolated to like where you don't know what I'm worrying about, what I'm crying about, what I'm happy about, and it's my silence is weird. You know what I mean? So the next one that you get is, this most of the time I'm not being psycho-silent. I'm being fucking silent in a way to like where I'm emotionally processing all of my shit. And I don't like being vulnerable, so it's hard for me to open up to people, okay? But I'm an Aquarius, you know how that fucking goes. Practice chakra healing, all right? Now, some of you guys are also, and this is another thing why your energy is sacred, like, some of you guys might be a little bit OCD of cleaning your hands and stuff like that, okay? But it's to wash off energy from you, okay? So that it's not consistently on you, lingering, all right? Some people can physically feel when, like, when something doesn't feel right, when, like, you know, when, like, even if you shake somebody's hand or whatever, you, like, no, I'm weird about that. I don't like shaking people's hands, okay? And I'm not the only person. It's like an American thing, okay, to, like, shake people's hands, all right? But anyway, with practice chakra healing, all right, coming forth, I'd rather bow, to be honest. I'd rather bow. With practice chakra healing, or, like, I feel like it's a lot more nicer, too, as well, but people don't do that in America. Practice chakra healing in the upright. I keep saying in America. Some of you guys might be going to a different country, or you might be going to, like, to where you're going to be seeing, like, the way people live, but entirely differently. And you're not, it's almost like something inside of you is going to feel a little bit irritated, because it's almost like you feel like your government is doing something on purpose against your people or you or something like that. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. I never really touch base on politics too much, like, in my reads, like, at all, okay? But for some reason it just came up in this read, okay? And maybe you're just thinking of things in that broader perspective, broader spectrum. Fuck, I can't talk. But let's get into your shift cards. You guys got a lot of shift cards as well for potential changes and shifts coming your way, okay? Let's put this over to the side. Also, I feel like the reason why you're going to be radiating confidence is because you won. You won something, okay? And this could be something you really worked hard for. This could have been something that maybe you didn't work hard for, okay? But either way, you're going to be really confident with the way that it's going to come towards you with pile number 3, okay? But let's get into the shifts deck, and let's see. First card coming out is Dear Stu, someone who admires your work wants to work with you. They believe you are talented. Love, Spirit. So, like, as I was saying. Okay, but let's get into the next one. Dear Stu, you will spend the holidays with your significant other. You will not be alone this year. Love, Spirit. Is also something coming forth. So some of you guys are like, listen, I'm not trying to spend another holiday alone. I want to have my person. I want to be with somebody. I want to put in the effort towards a relationship. I am ready for that. I want to do that. And I feel like you're going to get the chance to be able to do that this year, okay? For pile number 3s. Dearest you, a friend's, quote unquote, truest colors will be shown. You asked if you could trust them. Well, here's your answer. No. Love, Spirit is also something coming forth. And it's almost like you kind of wish that Spirit would be just maybe a little bit nicer to the way that they reveal things to you, but it's almost like your energy is very hardcore. You just want to see it straight up, so you end up getting it straight up, okay? There's also that I'm receiving. So some of you guys might physically see, like, something that you don't really want to see. Dear Sue, they will invite you over to cook for you. They want to do something to show that they appreciate you. Love, Spirit is also something coming forth. Some of you guys might have a little get-together, a little date. Dear Stu, you'll become a homeowner by the end of the year. Your approval odds have increased. Love, Spirit. Some of you guys are going to be moving into somebody's house is also what I'm hearing. That they own is what I'm feeling as well. Yeah, really strongly. This person's really set up financially is what I'm feeling for your next partner or the partner that you're with or something like that. Dear Stu, you will get a notification from them soon. This will be something public, like a public like and a post, or even a hashtag Women Crush Wednesday post. Love, Spirit. So maybe there's going to be like a public notation or a public affirmation of how somebody is really feeling about you as well. Okay. Dearest you, it is time to shop for your home. Get ready to redecorate and refresh your home. In with the new, out with the old. Love, Spirit. So maybe this person has like a lot of lingering or old decor from like their previous person or something like that, or maybe just things that they just need to get the fuck rid of, okay? And I feel like you're going to be able to help them with that. Like let go of certain things that they had a hard time letting go of. Maybe in the back of their mind they always felt like they had to keep it or something like that, you know? But let's get into a couple more of the shifts cards. Dearest you, ring ring, a love confession awaits. The next time they call, they will tell you what's in their heart for you. They will spill it all. Look out for that phone call. Love, Spirit is something coming forth. So some of you guys are going to receive a big love confession as well. And I got some love message and notations out here for you guys. All right. But the next one that you have here is Dearest you, you will soon get a lot. Hold on, guys. 1 second. All right, guys, so let's get right back into your reading. So, dearest you will soon get a lot of comments under a post admiring the beauty of you. Love, spirit is also something coming forth for you guys. So, some of you guys maybe didn't recognize you because this one, for this pile, I just feel like you guys are going to recognize so many changes, so many different things. You're also getting a lot of unexpected calls, unexpected long conversations as well for this pile, okay? But I feel like it's something that's going to rejuvenate your spirit, rejuvenate your heart, clear your mindset out, a nice little reset for yourself, okay? Could be coming forth towards you, especially with that little mini interruption there. You won't see the long interruption or anything like that, but it was just a little mini interruption. No big deal. But now let's get into the love letters. The first main love letter you're getting is Africa. So Africa is a place. Obviously, it's not a love letter. We got more love letters here to get through, obviously. But this could also be like of African descent, okay? Or maybe you have African ancestors. And most people are like, oh, well, I'm not African, or I'm not. Listen, okay, the majority of us are. Okay, let's just state that fact. Okay, the majority of us are. Okay, in some capacity. Okay, we came from the motherland. And with Africa coming forth, it could be that you are getting a little bit more reassurances that your ancestors are by you, protecting you, guiding you, are with you, that you're not alone in this, that, you know, that you are being kind of like watched over, all right, is also something. For some of you guys could also be taking, for some of you, you could be taking a wild trip to Africa, or you could actually be in Africa. I have a couple of clients who are in Southern Africa, so some of you guys could actually be in Africa, okay? This could just be a confirmation of location. But let's get into the next one. Clairgustance, the ability to taste without having indulged in anything. Tasting chocolate when providing a past life reading is a sign of this gift. Experience the sensation of having smoked a cigar when communicating with an ancestor who indulged in smoking is another example of this gift. Some of you guys may literally maybe taste your grandparents' favorite food that they cooked, or like a long-term recipe that they made for like years and years and years, and it's like hereditary or generational or something like that, okay? But I feel really strongly here that you guys are going to get these like little notations that you're like surrounded by your ancestors, whether it's like, you know, for some people who like dive into like spiritual meanings and things of that nature, okay? Butterflies are really big signs that your ancestors are near, you know? Butterflies are a very big sign of that. But let's get into the next one you guys have. Oh, sorry. Dear Stu, today I'm inviting you over to hang out with some friends of mine. We have been seeing each other for some time, and it's time they know who has been taking up my time. This is becoming serious between us. I am nervous to take this step, but I know this is what we need to do. We can't keep hiding our love forever. Things will change in my life that will soon become our life. So this is important, very important to me. I hope you all like each other as well. Love, yours. So maybe there's going to be somebody, I don't know, I feel like the person that you're with or the person that you're hanging out with or something like that is in connection with your ancestors in some capacity. And maybe that's why it feels like soul family at times for some of you guys, all right? But I also do feel like some of you guys may end up meeting somebody in particular who's a part of your soul family for some of you if you're not in connection, okay? But let's get into, I don't know why I felt the urgency to say that for this pile. I didn't say that for any other pile, but let's get into the next one. You have acts of service. They value when their partner goes out of their way to make their life easier. So if you're not partnered or anything like that, you're going to be ending up partnered with somebody who ends up doing pretty much everything for you, okay? Like if you need the car washed, if you need the car change, like the oil change, or if you need like something in the house redone, if you need like a certain thing or something like that, this is somebody who's always going to follow through on that and make sure that everything is really working effectively. Like everything is really secure. Everything is like provided for. Like this is somebody who's going to be very much of like, they want to show you how much that they love you by the things that they do for you. So in an argument, this person would be like, well, I just did this, this, and this. I don't understand why you think I don't love you. Like that would be that kind of argument, okay? But let's get into a little bit more. So this love language is for people who believe that actions speak louder than words. They like to be shown how they're appreciated, doing the smaller and bigger chores to make their lives easier and more comfortable, and it is highly valued, sorry, I was supposed to say valued, but by them. Cleaning the house after a long day, taking care of their animals, being present when they cannot, grocery shopping for them. These are just examples. Cooking meals when they are too depleted, or watching a little one, okay? Or, things of that nature. But let's get into your last main card. You have, Dearest you, a secret will unfold. A puzzle will finally be solved. You will be led to the truth. Just trust that God hears and sees things that you do not and cannot. always understand that everything happens on purpose, with purpose. Sometimes the truth hurts to a point where you may break emotionally, yet you free yourself of the torment of what is it. So there could be something that you maybe picked on in the, well, I don't know how I'm getting picked on. Like picked on energy. Maybe there's somebody's going to be like trying to pick on you or something like that for pile number 3. But I'm also getting really strongly here, okay, damn, that this could be like you picking up on something that somebody once told you about, and then you're like, I don't know, that don't sit right. And then maybe the truth is eventually like revealed, and I don't know, I'm feeling like you're going to be led to something, like literally. So let's just say you see like a little lint on the ground or something right there. You're by the dryer and you're like, ugh, these kids again. You know what I mean? And you pick up the lint and you put it over there, and as you're picking up the lint, you find a receipt. And on that receipt, it says, you know, I like giving this example because of Whitney Houston. Okay. But anyway, rest in peace, woman with a beautiful heart. Anyway, so I have a lot of like a passion for Whitney Houston as well, okay? I love her a lot. I think that she's really cool. Anyway, so I know she's had her hiccups and things of that nature. She's crazy. Anyway, so, you know, it's not right, but it's okay. And in the beginning, she says, Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat. And they went out, but you came home around 3. Yes, you did. If 6 of y'all went out, what is it? Then 4 of you were really cheap because only 2 of you had dinner. I found your credit card receipt. That means that she split down that, you understand? So it's almost like maybe there's like something like a paper trail, or maybe something that this person's going to slip up on as well, that you're going to end up finding out about as well, okay? For some of you guys, for pile number 3s. And it could be a really big like awakening moment for you, and maybe even a little bit of a relief. I don't know why I'm getting this really big sigh of relief, like like almost like this evidence or whatever that you have or that you concocted with or whatever, it like settles some kind of like, maybe you were gaslit, maybe you were kind of like filled with a whole bunch of doubt, maybe you were, you know what I mean, to like where you're like second guessing your intuition. And for some reason I feel like that's just going to change for you guys. Now let's get into your main cards here. You guys got the most clarification cards and the most, okay, love messages as well, okay? So maybe a lot of communication coming in for you guys, but with the 10 of Cups energy coming forth, and I feel like a lot of you guys are really happy in like a very happy connection, or about to be in a very happy connection with the 10 of Cups energy. Happiness, security, emotional stability, and happy home, okay? And finding out that secret, it doesn't necessarily mean a secret that a lover is keeping from you. It could be like a secret that maybe a friend or like a coworker or just anybody, it could be anybody, you know, that could be keeping from you in a close proximity, all right? Now, right beside, you have the Death card, all right? Transformation, change, letting go, release, goodbye, all right? And with that energy coming in, this is also Scorpio and Capricorn energy. Could give you a little bit of a time frame towards the end of the year, most likely. Beginning in October, leading into later end of January to be, later end of December to January there. Okay, for some of you guys, all right? But I'm also getting that this could be a very transformative relationship to like where both of your lives aren't necessarily going to be the same. They might have some basis or like some familiarity, but it's just not going to be the same. Maybe this person was really used to like a certain lifestyle, maybe just going out, you know, by themselves and stuff like that. And then maybe you are used to like a certain lifestyle to like where, I don't know, maybe you go out, but maybe you go out to different places, you know what I mean? And then when you guys merge, you end up doing very unique things together, but it ends up kind of like being a trend. I don't know why I'm getting that energy as well, to like maybe where the things that you do with your like husband or a wife or significant other, okay, it's like the couples around you, like it could be like, let's just say like this, like keeping up with the Joneses, but you're not even having the intent to like impress them or anything like that. It's just kind of like keeping up with the Joneses energy a little bit. This person and you are going to be a little bit of trendsetter energy for pile number 3s. Okay, I didn't pick this pile actually. I picked a different pile. So don't think I'm like, oh, just talking about myself or some shit. Listen, if you only knew. Let's go to the next one. All right, Page of Pentacles energy coming forth in the upright. So this is something that's going to take a little while to come around, but there's a reason why. There's certain things that may have had to kind of like get worked out in your personal life before this love comes in, before this sense of stability comes in. And I hate saying it like that because people can meet at like detrimental times. People can meet when you're at your worst and things of that nature, but it's almost like things won't really be solidified or to that point, or you're not going to make this connection or with this person till a certain time frame. Okay. And I also feel like this person's going to be very immensely healing for you, to the point where you're going to be able to really like contemplate about your life, like literally sit down in peace about the relationship that you're in, to where you can actually think about the things that they said in a positive way, not in like a I gotta battle this negative thought, another negative thought in my mind way, you know what I mean? But the next one that you have, you know, for instance, like if your person says, oh, you can't wear that, like you look fat as fuck in that, you know what I mean? And the whole time, instead of you being like, well, no, I'm not fat as fuck. I just gained a little weight here, here, and here, and I can, you know, lose weight and do that, and that, and I'm fine, but I'm still beautiful the way I am, and and you know what I mean? Like trying to combat it. This person's like, they'll say the most sweetest things to you that they actually genuinely mean, and it'll have you thinking about what they say in a positive way, and it's going to be a really good shift for you. But I also feel like this is a very big, powerful manifestation coming towards you. Maybe you had like a really detailed kind of like manifestation of a partner that you're wanting within your reality or within your life as well, okay, for this pile. And I feel like it's going to be coming towards you pretty soon, all right? Well, not as soon as you'd like, but maybe it's going to be as soon as in this year, the same year that you're viewing this, okay? But Ace of Wands energy coming forth in the upright position. This is about a new chapter in your life. Literally, it says new passion, creative spark, inspiration, enthusiasm, energy, and that's underneath the 10 of Cups, which is happiness, all right? Security, emotional stability, happy home life. All right. So I don't feel like the secret that you're going to end up finding out about is about the person that you're with. I feel like the secret that you're going to end up finding out about is from somebody pretty close to you, is what I'm getting for pile number 3. Now, underneath the Death card, you have the 10 of Wands energy, nearly complete, struggles, obligations, and burning out. Right when you are literally at your wit's end, and this is what's really giving me October energy, 10 of Wands, and it's right underneath the Scorpio card, and meeting the Capricornus card. So October could be really vivid for some of you guys, okay? And I feel like right when you're at your when you are at your brink with something, okay, is when you're going to be able to transform your life and your reality. Now, underneath the Page of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Changes, cycles, decisive moment, luck, unexpected events. So even though it's almost like you waited for this immense blessing, immense change for fucking ever, okay? But I feel like it was worth it. I feel like it was really worth it, all right? The people that you denied in the process, the people that you were like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? In the process, I feel like it was really worth it because it's almost like these really big shifts are happening because of the people that you actually denied, and the things and the responsibilities that maybe you could have given to other people to do or whatever, but because you took it on yourself, it's almost like all of that accumulated energy is going to be given back to you, okay, by like a lover. Anyway, so let's get into the 4 of Swords energy. You have the Knight of Wands. This means that what you're used to of like maybe somebody maybe holding bitterness or like resentment towards you for like doing something for you, stuff like that. Like, oh, I did this for you and this, I can't believe you don't. You know what I mean? This person's not going to be like that. This person's going to be like, yeah, and what else do you need? Like that kind of energy, okay, with the Knight of Wands energy. You're going to be thinking, like, when is the next time I'm going to see this person? When is the next time we're going to meet? When is the next time that we're going to kind of be like together? With the Knight of Wands energy coming forth, charming, hero, energetic, rebellious, hot-tempered. But I feel like this person has hot temper in a way that's protective, especially it's in the upright, okay? But let's get into the Magician card. So you have, underneath, you have the 9 of Cups, okay? With the 9 of Cups energy, this is about literally you getting what you wish for. This could have been like you literally writing down to a T of like what you were wanting, like in your like spouse, or maybe even saying out loud to somebody just with the conversation, because I'm serious, spirits talk and spirits hear things and they transfer them, and so do angels hear things as well, and they're messengers. So now you're also getting another one. Now this is interesting. When you get what you want, you end up finding out about something. This could even be about like finding a ring. Oh, some of you guys with the 7 of Swords in the reversal. If it was in the upright, I'd be like, oh shit, bitch, it was so good till this point. But with it being in the reversal, it is still good, even at this point, because it looks like this person's going to be confessing towards something, okay? Which is maybe something that you had manifested into your reality. All right, that's going to bring the both of you guys actually a lot closer with the Lovers card coming forth. Remember I told you angels are messengers? What's that in the background? Right there. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, you're about to get what you want. And also, if you guys are in a secret kind of relationship or something like that, that's going to be like out in the open. Ain't going to be secret, ain't going to be private, ain't going to be none of that. Okay. Now, the next one you're getting is the Two of Pentacles, but in the reversal, after somebody was really indecisive over something, somebody finally makes a decision, but that decision leads to maybe a little bit of chaotic events. Potentially, like in, you know, I feel like it's not even in their world. It's just they're not assuming somebody else's karma, so they're not going to be giving into that person as much. That's what I'm feeling. So it's like, oh, bye, Sarna. I'm sorry that's happened to you, but you know what? Have a great day. You know what? Stay strong. Okay? Bye-bye. You know what I mean? I don't even feel like this person would even do that to that person. This person's at a very big loss, a very big fear of losing you, okay? They're in fear of a loss, okay, of you. But with unbalanced, overwhelmed, chaos, and disorganized, it could be like this person is a little bit kind of like, maybe they had to take a couple of weeks or maybe even like a few days or something like that to like where they had to figure out who they wanted or what they wanted or what's going on for this pile. But I do feel like it's going to end up very much in your favor. All right. It just may take a little while, but it's very much going to end up in your favor. And I feel like that's what you need to know. And also, you're going to be going on some pretty cool adventures, too, with the Ace of Wands energy underneath the Ten of Cups. There's a lot about, like, spontaneous adventures, spontaneous trips, and really, like, grandiose, memorable, spontaneous trips. So it could be, like, you know, like a trip to Europe or, like, a trip to Puerto Rico or a trip to Mexico or something like that, okay? So which is going to be kind of, like, fun for you. I don't know. I'm just getting that energy. But it's almost like this person is kind of doing this all of a sudden because of something that they feel kind of guilty for doing. They end up confessing that to you after you're like in a really happy mood. It's very interesting. Anyway, but that is what I'm getting for this pile. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do want a private reading with me, all that information to book with me is down below in the description box. I now work only from like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So all of the new requests will be sent out first thing in the morning by like 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Standard, okay? But I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, if you do want an instant reading with me, definitely hop on any of my live streams, and thank you to those who have supported the channel, okay? I really do appreciate that. I appreciate every ounce of you guys, okay? But with that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Looks like you're going to have a beautiful life as well, but bye for now.